We are with Tritonal at Soundgarden Hall at the Armin van Buuren official after party. So, first off, how does it feel to be headlining Armin's this intense tour?
I mean, it's definitely a privilege. We're glad to be back. We played here once before.
Yeah, for the ARC tour.
Yeah, it was a good time then, and yeah, we're happy to be on this.
Yeah.
How has it changed since you've been here last? Since before you played for like a relatively smaller crowd, and now like it's sold out.
Yeah, it's been a good year, hasn't it, so far for us? You know, a lot of accomplishments and accolades, and yeah, we're just continuing to grow and, you know, trying to make the Tritonians our focus. And, you know, we kicked off the new show Tritonia, and that was big. That's hosted on Sirius XM. We're now co-owners and directors of Enhanced Music and all of its sub-labels. So, you know, we took over a pretty big record label out of the UK with Will Holland. And yeah, we're writing really cool music. I think, you know, we're not where we want to be, but we see the vision and we definitely see the trajectory going well.
So, as you were saying, your fan base, the Tritonians, are like die-hard fans. They're die-hard fans.
They are.
And I want to talk a little bit about like your Facebook contest. I know you guys raffled off EDC tickets for 2 years or 1 year last year.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
So, why is it, not really why is it, I know you love your fans, but how do you really feel yourself getting your fans involved with your music and keeping them involved and keeping them like hype and keeping them just like excited about
Well, I
what
think
you're
you
doing?
mentioned
I
a
think
couple
you
things.
I think you just answered the question
Yeah,
actually, because you know, with the contest come the interaction. You know, I mean, that's one way of reaching out to them.
Well, we talk to them all the time too, every day. I mean, if you go to the Tritonal Facebook page or Twitter and you leave a comment or you send in a personal message and you say, yo, can you check this out or can you check that out?
Yeah.
Like 75% of the time you'll get an answer from
Yeah.
one of us. And that's just because we spend the time to try to reply.
Yeah.
And the bigger we get, the more of those come in every day, and we can't get to everybody. But I just think it's just interaction, right? We named the radio show about them. There's a Tritonia hotline where they can do shout outs through the telephone. We run contests, we fly them out to shows, we give away free tickets. We just try to keep them involved, right? And however, you know, to keep that fresh, we try to do it.
Yeah, and they've been reacting really well to it.
They have,
so,
and we love them, you know?
Yeah, so I have a bit of a like provocative question. So with all this 138 talk and like pure trance and all that stuff, so like where do you guys stand on it? Because when you guys started, you were a lot more faster, a little more euphoric, like uplifting, and now you're like moving over to a little bit slower, a little bit more progressive, a little bit
It's
more
definitely more
catchy,
progressive and more
catchy.
electro and house here, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you guys like feel about like the whole like a little bit of a
Who's afraid of 138?
Who's afraid of 138 and all that?
Well, I mean, for one, like, it's Armin who started that brand with this stage, right? And so, no disrespect to him, but for me personally, the whole Who's Afraid of 138 theme, okay, well, Trance, when we got into Trance, it was a lot of like, we loved it because we loved melody, and we loved the emotion, and we loved Ocean Lab, and we loved the purity, and we loved all that stuff, right? And the notion that you have to be afraid of something not to like it, to me, nixes the whole plur of it. And I say that a lot of the fans who are really into that sound are very disrespectful of other sounds, right? And so I don't have to be afraid of something just because I'm not into it. There's not a Who's Afraid of 128 stage, right? Because nobody cares, because everybody just likes it. Like,
everybody likes it because
I think it's so it's like elitism. It's like you feel like you're like better than, or you like have to be elite over others to like have your sound, and that's bullshit. So for that reason, I don't like it at all. I would also say that Dave and I will always love trance, like we do, and I would say that the tracks that we play today at 128 are still fucking trance tracks. Alesso makes trance, okay? It may be at 128, but it's freaking big leads over chords and a kick.
That's very true.
Okay, whatever you call that, okay? If you want to call that progressive house, that's not progressive house for where I'm from. Progressive house that I know was Sasha and Digweed and freaking J-Tech and real progressive house. That's not progressive house. So, I mean, I could go on this forever, but yeah, we don't make that sound, and we don't feel like we're better than it. We just, you know, we try to stay unique in our own brand and our own stuff, and just continue to push the envelope on what's possible in the studio.
Yeah, I mean, and that being said, we appreciate it. It's where some of us came from too. I mean, and at the same time, it's still good music.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, if we think that something's good, we're gonna play it and we're gonna support it. that it all boils down to just music.
Yeah,
Music and what
exactly.
you guys want to make.
Yeah, we don't have to be afraid of
You know,
it.
musical liberty. So, I have a personal question. Should we expect any tracks with you and Christina Soto coming up?
Yeah, at some point.
There
in the
are
future.
two, yeah, already.
There's a couple, but I mean, we still have a lot that we're flushing through
Yeah.
right now. We got Metamorphic 2, of course, Metamorphic 3.
Yeah.
There's a few in the future
Yeah.
that we have lined up, but yeah.
We felt like there was a lot of her on
Yeah.
the last album, and she's so special to us that we don't want to like overdo it, right? You don't want to do a Christina Soto track every release.
Yeah.
Like that tarnishes what's so amazing about her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Is there anyone you really, really want to work with at this point that you haven't worked with?
I mean, to us, we've always been about break-in vocalists that you haven't heard before.
Yeah.
I think that's what's cool.
Yeah.
There's so many good singers out in the world. I don't need to like go pull on anybody else's coattails because they've done an amazing track. Why not just find your own person that you haven't heard of before, and then that's cool, right? And then you're like, oh, I love their music. So I think the more unique we can stay, and the like less trying to like follow anybody else, the better and bigger our career has the potential to be.
Not only that, there's a lot of learning experiences in that when you're learning something new, like getting a vibe with other vocalists too. So
Yeah.
you know, it changes the curve a little bit.
It does.
We
You make
enjoy
good
that a lot, you know?
relationships and make new friendships, and it's good.
And my last question is, like, ever since you guys signed with AM Only, you guys have been playing like really, really big stages and like actually like getting to like live the dream.
Thank
So
God.
like how has that changed? Like how do you feel about that?
Finally got
Yeah.
good management.
Yeah, the management's amazing. We love those guys. I mean, they're on our side. They're kicking ass, and
It's not just AM Only. We sign with Complete Control too.
Them too.
So it's good to like have people that have big visions of where we want to be. And they're like, okay, we see where you guys are, and we see you guys where we want to be, and we need to cut this and change this and do this in order to get there. And that to us was like, thank God, somebody fucking knows what they're doing, you know?
I mean, we've gone from playing on like picnic tables, and I won't say who, but I mean we've gone there. And we just throw our hearts down to the crowd, and there'd be nobody there, or just little. But I mean they've definitely changed things for us in that regard.
Yeah.
Well, that was my last question.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Thank you.
Like,